So many clients ask us, what is their role inside of this sort of effective OKR management system? So I think the metaphor of a mountain works here, where at the top of the mountain, that's typically where we think of the board of directors and the executive. Now, their job in specifically around OKRs is to set the corporate level strategy in those OKRs. From there, they should be able to set performance targets. They need to ensure that we've got good governance and management practices in the organization. And then overall, improve the performance through monthly and quarterly meetings, one-on-ones and coaching. They're going to be helping build that new modern operating model that includes things like AI and ML and so forth. And of course, they have to run effective board and executive meetings. All this is through the objectives and key results system. Now, overall, their capabilities are going to support the overall company performance, the culture, and provide growth for the company and all stakeholders, employees, communities, and so forth. Their OKRs are going to be things like do they achieve their performance goals through things like EBITDA and KRs around growth. Obviously, we want to measure their environmental, social, and governance contributions, and then what they're doing to achieve the personnel goals, retention, engagement, development of employees. Now, based on what they've done, they're going to help up the mountain management. Now, management, their contribution to OKRs are things like taking the strategy and translating it into operational terms, and then improving performance through monthly and weekly meetings, one-on-ones, and coaching. So you'll see the cadence gets faster as you go down the organization. So the board and executive are monthly and quarterly. Management is monthly and weekly in this example. Different organizations have a different cadence. And then we need to support change in management processes and improve teams. So their capabilities are going to make sure that we've got alignment across departments and horizontally. They're going to make sure that we get the appropriate performance, the right process improvements, and the right agility in the organization. So their OKRs are things like operational strategy execution. So, percentage of the organization covered with OKRs, the number of updates they get, and so forth. And then their productivity of the departments and teams. So obviously their performance with dimension of quality and time. They, in turn, are going to be helping up the mountain, the middle level and senior staff. Now, their contribution about cascading the strategy down to the team and individual level, about running effectively weekly and daily meetings, and then discovering and overcoming whatever the obstacles and barriers are that the team has to deal with, and work on increasing engagement and accountability. And these capabilities are going to take better ownership and people taking initiatives, leadership development, business thinking, and developing business acumen, and then agile organizations. Their OKRs, things like managing by facts and data and building productive teams. And mid-level senior staff, in turn, are helping entry-level members, and they're doing things like helping understand just what their job is and how important it is to the company, making sure that they link the work that they do or their team does up to other teams, departments, and company objectives. Learning how they should be achieving their objectives and learning how to measure and monitor work. These capabilities are going to help them have an early positive relationship in the organization, get better alignment of their goals to the company strategy, and that all-important connection to company and corporate purpose, and therefore giving us better job performance. Their OKRs are things like employee engagement and productivity. And of course, the idea is that you start at the entry level and gradually progress up to the executive level. And so that's the linkage between what different layers of the organization do. Now, there's no hard rules here, and the cadence, as I said before, of each area is different, but typically it's a faster cadence on the left, moving to a slower cadence towards on the right. So hopefully this helps you understand how the different teams work together to climb the mountain.